So welcome back to Strategic Command, my play-by-email game with the Taxman. So let's see if my two naval units, my submarine and cruiser, survive, shall we? Okay, nothing happening so far. Okay. With reinforcement and further movement on the French lines there. Here we go. Okay, so he's got a cruiser attacking mine, two cruisers. Yeah, he's got quite a few naval units in the area. Ouch. Oh, come on. Yes, he dies. Another one. Wow. Well, it looks like I've survived. My cruiser's been quite heavily mauled. But the submarine, I think... Yeah, the submarine looks like he escaped damage altogether. That is fantastic. Okay, that was very lucky. Okay, so just look at the summary for his turn. So British national morale was boosted by a decisive decision taken to occupy the Irish ports. Irish Prime Minister de Valera protests the occupation of those Irish ports, and the British occupation of Irish ports causes some anger in the USA. And the Royal Navy occupies the ports of Cork, and it went away there, but it's Cork and Waterford. So they have basically annexed these two ports down here. So that provides them with some very useful ports for the Atlantic there, some additional ports there. So, yeah, well, we'll start off in the Atlantic. Now, I've got my submarine on silent mode. I think the AI or the game must have put it into silent mode after it was attacked, because I don't think I had it in silent mode before. But I've got to be very careful about where I go now. And the obvious thing would be to head off to the English Channel again. His units were up here and they were attacking me, and they may or may not have been able to move again afterwards. I'm just going to gently move away from this area if I can. So I'm just going to kind of come straight down first of all. Last. Okay, well that was unfortunate. I'm not going to attack. I'm going to try and get away from this area. Oh, come on. One damage to his destroyer, and I can still move. Problem is, I lose a lot of action points and a lot of movement allowance when I stumble into his units, so I can't go very far. Yeah, and I think he'll know that, so he's going to start searching this whole area for me. So, yeah, didn't really get away very far there. Now, this cruiser... Well, I'm going to be foolish to come through this area, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just come on up. Oh, no. That was not good. One damage each. I'm going to try and come over here. No. Here's a goner. He has very successfully pinned these units in this area. Wow, okay. I may be lucky and have this submarine escape, but I've definitely lost my heavy cruiser there. That is a shame. Bit of a foolish move on my part. I should have left the cruiser further up here and maybe gone over Scotland instead of bringing it after the submarine found those destroyers. Oh well. It is what it is. So is there anything we can do over here with the Navy? I think everything is fully upgraded and reinforced at the moment. I was just doing a little bit of exploration around here. I'm not going to bring any of my units over to the western side, over to this area. because they'll have to come through the English Channel, and it's going to be rather crowded and dangerous. So I'm just going to explore this area, see if I can find any of his units over here, any stragglers that I might be able to pick off, and nothing so far. I might bring another one out, go into silent mode. Bring it up here. No, nothing obvious. Alright, just bring one more out and bring it out to here. No. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do for the Navy at the moment. As for Germany, I need to continue bringing these units across to start getting ready for my invasion of the Low Countries and France. And so let's start just bringing them up here. Now the readinesses and morale are both down. These are all getting down to the high 70s and the 60s. So I don't want to force march them anymore. That has I think it's about over 25% impact on morale and readiness. Let's just keep bringing. So I'm embarrassed to say that at this point while playing the game, unknown to me, my hard drive ran out of disk space, and consequently my recording software didn't record anything beyond this point. So I carried on and finished this turn, and unknown to me, it didn't record anything else that I did. So what I'm going to do now is just give you a brief synopsis of the moves that I made. So here in Germany, I kept moving all of my units westwards, just using normal regular movement. And I left the 2 corps in Warsaw, the garrison in Königsberg, and the Slovakian corps I left down in Slovakia. But all of the other units I kept moving westwards. And this image here that you're looking at right now is effectively the final landing positions, or the positions that I got them all moved to at the end of this turn. Next up, down in Italy, I just continued with reinforcing, and because of the very low number of MPPs that the Italians receive each turn, I think it was only a few units of a few of the land units that I managed to actually reinforce, and that's effectively all I did there. And then moving down to North Africa, I just continued moving the army from Tripoli towards Tobruk. And then the final thing was just around spending of the German MPPs that I had available. And I invested some of those in anti-aircraft defense, which will be great during Operation Sea Lion, because I can upgrade my land units with anti-aircraft defense. That will give them some inbuilt anti-aircraft defense capabilities. And certainly this will help against the RAF during Operation Sea Lion. Now the other research area that I invested in was industrial technology. And industrial technology, the effect of that on the game is to ramp up Germany's industrial mobilization, which in turn ramps up the number of MPPs that I receive each turn. So that's a great way to escalate the number of MPPs that I receive later on in the game. So a great one to invest in early on. And that was effectively it for this turn, folks. When I ended the turn, there were no significant events came up, so there was nothing that you missed there. Anyway, I do apologize for this. I will make sure that it doesn't happen again in the future. I've cleared out a huge amount of disk space now, so I've got plenty of space available for future episodes. So if you like this video, please click that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Take care. Join me next time. Bye-bye.